Beat me, and I'll let you go. Lose, and you will serve me for eternity.
So it's 2022 and you just started playing Magic the Gathering Arena, or as most people call it, Arena. You may be 4 years behind, but you're honestly starting in a better place now than you would have 4 years ago. And although it may seem complicated and daunting, I, DrunkenDork from Rant, a historic podcast, am here to assist you on your new conquest to better understand Arena and get the most value as a new player. Now that you've installed the game and registered your account, you're ready to go. But wait, what the heck is this tutorial nonsense?
Let's get started.
It's actually a really good introduction to the game, whether you're new to Magic the Gathering or maybe just Arena. It runs you through each color and what their strengths are, how the phases work, and even some more complicated interactions.
Ooh, very clever.
It's basically a series of puzzles you ultimately have to solve by depleting your opponent's health to zero. On top of the tutorial showing you the game mechanics, it also rewards you with free decks and cards at the end. I strongly suggest playing it. Sweet, you finished the tutorial and you might be asking yourself, what are these shiny wildcards, gems, and coins we just got used for? Let's start with wildcards, but in order to do that, I'll give you a quick explanation of card rarity. Each card has a rarity. We have common, uncommon, rare, and mythic rare. Commons being the easiest to obtain and mythic rares being the hardest. Each pack you open will come with 5 commons, 2 uncommons, and 1 rare or mythic rare card. Now back to the wildcards. They are the resource you use to craft the cards you want. The wildcard rarity will reflect the rarity of the card you want to craft. You will get wildcards from events, opening packs, and gaining experience from opening packs. Gold and gems are almost interchangeable. They will both buy you packs, events, and cosmetics. You obtain gold from daily quests and entering events. You obtain gems by spending real money or rewards from events. So now we have a grasp on Arena's currency system, it's time to start improving the starter decks or just building decks from the ground up, right? Not quite. Before we blow our load and lose all those oh so precious wildcards, let's first open some more free packs and build our collection up. You can go to the show notes below and copy the codes for a bunch of free gold and packs. Okay, we opened the packs, we got all those new cards, it's now time to start crafting decks, right? Sure. But I would first start by understanding all the formats Arena has to offer so you know what kind of deck to build. Arena offers limited and 6 constructed formats, along with weekly events that offer new and interesting ways to play. Limited is made up of Draft and Sealed. Draft is a version of Magic where you and 7 other players or bots open a 15-card pack, pick a card, pass, repeat until all cards are gone. You repeat this process with a total of 3 packs per person. That means with all 8 people playing, you'll have gone through 24 packs. After this, you make a 40-card deck and start to play. For Sealed, you start with 6 sealed packs, open them, and make a 40-card deck and start jamming games. Both these formats are a great way to build a collection. The constructive formats are Standard, Alchemy, Explorer, Historic, Brawl, and Historic Brawl. Let me start with Standard. It's a rotating format made up of standard legal sets that have been released within the last 2 years. It will rotate near the end of summer and you will lose all cards that were released in sets 2 years prior while getting introduced to new sets. Alchemy has all the same rules as Standard, except it also has exclusive digital-only sets that are based on the current sets in Standard. Explorer is made up of all cards in Standard on top of all cards prior to current Standard, dating back to a set called Return to Ravnica. Wizards of the Coast has not yet released all these older sets, but will incrementally be releasing them until it dates back to Return to Ravnica. Historic, my personal favorite, is pretty much any card on Arena besides the banned and restricted lists, which I will post below. Both Historic and Explorer are the formats you can play with those standard cards that aren't legal anymore. All constructed formats I have mentioned so far are generally 60 card decks having no more than 4 of each card besides basic lands, unless a card says otherwise. They are all playable in both play and ranked mode, along with purchasable events. Next we have the Brawl formats. Brawl mimics Standard, in which it is a rotating format. The major difference is it's singleton, which means you can only have 1 copy of each card in your deck besides basic lands. And Historic Brawl is just like Brawl, but the card pool is every card on Arena, except the banned and restricted list. Finally, we have the weekly events called Midweek Madness, which introduces a new way to play every week. It changes rules, cards, even formats, allowing players something new every week. For example, my personal favorite is Pauper, where every card in your deck is common.
My patience is wearing thin. Let's finish it.
Now that we know all the formats, it is finally time to start building, drafting, and playing. If you are still confused and didn't already have an agenda coming into the game, let me first suggest Limited. Although it may have a steep learning curve, it has some of the best value and it's the quickest way to build a collection. But if Limited isn't your thing and you want to try Constructed, let me strongly suggest Historic. It has the largest card pool and will never rotate out. That means you can build a deck now, and 5 years from now, the deck will still be legal in the format. It also has many viable decks that have a low cost of entry. If you want a good starter deck idea, I will post a few in the show notes below using only the amount of wildcards you start with.
Well fought, outsider.
Thanks for watching all. Once again, I am DrunkenDork from Mana Rant, a historic podcast, and if you want more arena info or gameplay, you're in the right place. We already have a wealth of gameplays and podcast episodes with many more to come. So please subscribe, like, and click the bell. My co-hosts and I would really appreciate it. Bye.